Hello, hello. We're going to walk, well, it's actually a very short walk, this one, along El Salado Beach, which would be the beach that's in front of most of the hotels, most of the resorts, the beach side of Marina Vallarta. You can see a zoom in here. The beach itself, it's the main beach of Marina Vallarta. Starts off on the, what would say, the north side with the Bay View Grand. Actually, Bocanegra is called the Pasaje Bocanegra, a small little road that goes to the edge of the sea, which is where we're starting off here. To the left side of Bocanegra is Playa El Salado Beach, and to the right of Bocanegra starts the beach that's called Boca de Tomates, which is the last beach northward. Then comes this one that we're going to visit. It's called El Salado. It starts off with all these rocks. This is done on purpose, I would guess. Well, it's in part to hold the golf course in place, but it's also to make it hard to get to the beach. So there's actually no access to the beach if you are not a mountain goat. Well, at least, what would you say? Able to jump off over these rocks, huh? And it'll vary just how much beach and how much rock you have. It'll vary depending on the tide. In this case, we didn't get very far along the beach. We got past Bay View Grand, and then Velas Vallarta, and then there's this breakwater there, and they didn't let us go by. So it's only unto Velas Vallarta, but at least gives you an idea of how you get to the beach and what this part, would be the northwestern part of the beach is, how it looks now. There are not many. I've not been able to get some good photos from the beach, so this is an opportunity to see it in closer up. There's this is the end of the golf course. It's the Marina Vallarta Golf Club, one of the last pieces of the golf course going northward, and we're just about to start walking in front of what's called Bay View Grand. Bay View Grand is a condominium. Imagine you can rent something. You can see it here now, right here, the northwestern part of the beach. Bay View Grand is a private condominiums. You might find some for rent and Airbnb or something like that, but in general, it's not a hotel. It's not a place you would reserve. It's not a place you would be able to reserve via booking or hotels.com or so on. The beach itself is it's not one of the best beaches in town, but there are parts of it that are all right. I see some rocks here. The waves, it'll vary from day to day. At this point in time, this was the 7th of June. The waves are quite calm. El Salado is a beach that extends from Pasaje Bocanegra on the northwestern side, which would be that little road that comes out from the marina, and all the way to Tres Mares condominium, which is the last building on the southeastern side, right by the harbor, which is a newer building. And in between, you'll find most of the famous resorts in town, which would include Velas Vallarta, Marriott, Meliá, and Westin, among others. No? You'll be able to see them in the map that appears from time to time on the video that shows the location while we're walking along the beach. The sequence of beaches from north to south would include then Boca de Tomates, which is north of El Salado. Then this beach, Playa El Salado Beach, which means the salty beach. Salty beach, yeah. That was Bay View Grand. We got a panoramic view. Then after El Salado, you cross the harbor area, the mouth there, and you start on Playa de Oro. The Playa de Oro, which would be the Gold Beach, which is the northernmost beach of the hotel zone. Then you would continue walking along, and you'd get to Playa Los Tules. Let me see. Tules, yes. And then you would continue and you'd get to Playa Las Glorias Beach, which is around Las Palmas. And then you continue walking, you'd go over to Playa Tranquila Beach, which is the one that goes in front of Sheraton and Sheraton Bugambilias. And then you continue walking south and you'll arrive at Playa Camarones Beach, which is where you have a Hotel Villa Premier is the northern edge of Playa Camarones. And then you'd continue walking south and you'll arrive on the corner of, just before Hotel Rosita, the Rosita Hotel, is the end of Playa Camarones. Then you'd walk over to the Malecón. And then there's the Malecón beach along the side of the beach of the Malecón, la Playa del Malecón, which is this thin, not very stable piece of beach in front of the Malecón. And then you can continue going south. No? So this is one of the main beaches in town, but also one that has almost no public access. So if you're not staying in one of the resorts, it's very hard for you to get to this beach. The only way was, as we showed in the beginning of the video, would be driving or taking an Uber or something to what's called Pasaje Bocanegra. And there they have restricted access, I think. At least the times I went. I have to ask Saul, who filmed this video, if there's any signs there. But it was sort of between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. or something, the access. I'd have to check. So from there, Pasaje Bocanegra, you would walk to the edge of the sea, and then to the left is Playa El Salado, which in this case you would have to walk over those pink boulders, and then you get to the beach. But in this case, Saul's experience was that he arrived here to the breakwater, and they had some type of event, and they didn't let him through. So there's no guarantee that you can get anywhere, or not, at least not that far, on this beach. And it's there's a law in Mexico that says that all beaches are public access. So it's actually illegal for them to get in the way of somebody walking along the beach. But as in most cases, if there's no authority, if you're against, or if you have these hotel employees blocking your way, there's really not much you can do. I do believe, though, that Saul could have walked along boulders here in the end of the breakwater and gone over to the other side and avoid the what do you call them? The noisy employees, no? So I'll suggest that as an option. And we'll try to get a whole movie of the El Salado Beach. It's a long beach. If not, then I'll have to do the task myself when I travel to Puerto Vallarta next time. We're seeing Velas Vallarta. Velas Vallarta is a very famous resort here in Marina Vallarta. We're now going to start walking northwest, returning back to Pasaje Bocanegra. So this is all you're going to get of Playa El Salado specifically. this piece here. The beach itself is rather long, as you can see in the maps and diagrams we show here on the video. We were able to walk, I'd say, 20% of the length of the beach. So it is quite long in the end. No? Let me just wait for the map. Be able to calculate just how long this walk was. We're halfway along Velas Vallarta. It's a U-shaped hotel resort. These hotels the ones that are hotels in this boulevard in front of El Salado Beach tend all to be all-inclusive hotels. They have their restaurants and their services and so on. But people should learn to go out and visit town. It's about 20% of the beach that we were able to walk along before having to turn back. These beaches are normally with clear water, but once the rainy season begins, because they have the Ameca River to the north and the El Salado that also brings water throws water into the bay, these beaches can become a little murky during the rainy season. This is right before it, so the beach and the water are quite clean. That changes though, starting start of June, mid-June, all the way to mid-October, as long as the rainy season lasts. This was filmed on a Tuesday, off-season, so it's there's nobody on the beach, really. A few here and there, but it's only almost all for yourself. There should be at least one more public access on the southeastern side of this beach. It would be something that the citizens of Puerto Vallarta should rally for, have the authorities establish public access point, especially for people in wheelchair. There's no way you can get through the northern part of this beach, and the cynic in me says it's on purpose that there is no access. Somebody among these resorts here got an arrangement so they could sort of privatize the beach. It's a bit like in Nueva Vallarta. Nueva Vallarta also, Flamingos, the area north, the northern area of the Nueva Vallarta beach, which would go from Nueva Vallarta all the way to Bucerías. There's almost no way to get in. There's no access. They have it. There are some, what do you call them, checkpoints, and you can't get by. So something like that happened here in Marina Vallarta. There is this access though, but it's not a reasonable access for everyone. If you're young, if you're not scared of jumping around like a mountain goat over the boulders, then it's fine, but anybody else, there's no way to get in. There might be some beach passes. They have day passes normally. Some hotels have that option, and I think it's called Villa Embarcadero, which changed name to Velamar, has a beach club on the other side of the street, which is called Villa Pacifico, which was the equivalent of Villa Embarcadero, the sister resort, which has access to the beach. And they tend to be sort of flexible. They might have a beach pass. I'll check and add it to to the subtitles of this video if there is an option through them to get to the beach, but that requires payment. I'm talking about free public access. The only way would be through the Pasaje Bocanegra, and not everyone can get through there. Okay, so we're almost at the end of Bay View Grand. And then the golf course starts north to the northwest in this case. You can see the boulders already, the pink boulders in the middle. So anyway, it's an alright beach. There's because of the lack of access, there's nobody going around selling anything here. It's sort of a useless enterprise for the people that sell things on the beach. And what else? You need to have access to some of the hotels if you need the bathroom and so on. If you want to eat, if you want to drink, you need some type of agreement with the hotels, and most of them do not offer anything to people that are not staying at the resort or the hotel. So in this case, the only option would be a beach club, and I have a feeling Villa Pacifico might offer that, but I'll check with our expert in Vallarta and see if that's an option for people that want to stay at or visit Playa El Salado, El Salado Beach. There's a few people. I think they walk by us by Saul on the way down. It's pretty good location they found there. There's some shadow, and there's a little bit of the beach there. It's not far from Bocanegra. This is the start of the part of the golf course, the Marina Vallarta Golf Club golf course. And that's almost the end of the video. Now I have to walk over the boulders, and we'll be then at the end of the beach. Then we'll be at the end of the beach. It tends to, the sea is clear at this point, but between June and May, June is the season where you'll normally have red tides and equivalent blooms in the bay. When the temperature changes from winter to summer to winter, it stimulates these algae and, in this case, cyanobacteria that are the cause of blooms and red tides and other colorful blooms in the ocean. You can get strange colors like milky blue and green and red, turquoise blooms. But in the case of Vallarta, I've only seen dark reddish blooms. It leaves the sea ends up looking like an oxtail bouillon, an oxtail soup. It's really awful. I mean, it's certainly not very aesthetically pleasing. Here we can see the whole extension of the El Salado and the different resorts along the way. You can see Saul. He's a young man having fun time trying to get over the boulders. So it is a task. It's not easy. Careful with that barbed wire there. So yeah, there's no path, no real path. It's just trying to find your way through. That's then Pasaje Bocanegra. You can see there between those two boulder breakwater, and that would be the end of Playa El Salado. Well, anyway, hope you got something out of this video. It's not the perfect video. We'll try to include a full, complete version soon in the future. Thanks for watching the video. If you like it, comment on it, ask questions, share it with those that might like it, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, where you can get notified when we have new videos. Thanks very much. Have a great day. Bye bye.